Most questions young girls ask is, when is the right time to start dating? When can I start dating? When am I allowed to start dating? There's no time to start dating. No giving out time that someone says this is perfect time to start dating, because in the right sense, the person you want to date is not standing on the door waiting for you to get ready and start dating. I mean, the right person. There are 1,000,001 people who want to date you. Yes, I know how beautiful you are, but the right person who will take you serious, respect you, honor you as a woman, and handle you with care is not waiting. Because there are many young boys out there who are not established, who are still on their road, on the way to pursue their goals, to become someone, to finish secondary school, finish their degrees, and then start looking for what to do. When they are done with their profession, this when it comes to their mind to start thinking of getting married. And why am I taking it this far? Because in a man's mind, the last thing that sits there in his mind is to see you and think, let me go to this girl, start befriending her now, just to be able to marry her the next time I want to get married. Even when some of them who are good have this purpose in mind, it doesn't always end like that. If you ask so many people you know, you will find out that so many of the men they marry today are not the men they met from beginning. Because these men you met from beginning at this age of 18 years, 25 years, some of them cannot really take decision on their own, which is also why men, grown-up men also, it's difficult for them to take that decision and say, it's you particularly, you, out of all the women, pretty women in this world, it's you I want to settle down with. It's so difficult for them. They think, how can all these pretty women out there in all shapes and sizes, then it's you who want to tie me down and make me your own. They feel like you want to imprison them. When they talk about it, they talk, did you hear he's getting married? Oh God, what can we do for him? Like to save him from not getting married, or save him from this situation he's about to put himself into. So now we're talking of a young guy whose parents is expecting him to become someone, to finish with his school. And when anything happens, let's say you get pregnant or this thing gets serious, the parents' influence on him as a young man is much than the one he has for you. He has fear for his parents because he can't stand on his own. He can't take decisions. So no matter what he promises you on the bed, outside, in love letter, in text message, WhatsApp, anywhere he might have promised you in front of you, these promises has no value. Most times you barely meet people at that age, your boyfriend, that could say things and stick to it when their parents, their relations mount pressure on them, that they could bear it and still stick to what you and them said. So it doesn't make any sense at all for you to start investing too much time, energy in distance, which you would have invested in something better that will help you to achieve something, to become someone in future. And another point is, when you don't know pineapple, you've not been eating pineapple, and it's difficult for you to wake up and say, oh, I feel like eating pineapple now. Oh, I wish I could have pineapple to eat now. My body, my appetite longs for pineapple. You don't know pineapple. so you won't miss it. You don't know what it tastes like, you don't know what it feels in the mouth to eat it. But when you know apple, because oh, I wish to have apple. Yeah, it's what you know. So what's the need of going to experiment what you don't know, to be there where you don't want to be? That you will stay there, start thinking, I need a boyfriend, this one has gone, and we need another one to be chatting with me, talking with me, that I'll go and meet him, we go to eatery, we go to this. You don't know that. So better you don't introduce yourself to that. There was a time I almost started smoking and drinking. I made a video about that here in my channel. I didn't start smoking or drinking because I didn't know it, and I don't like to put myself in a place where I will regret being in. Assuming I started smoking that time, I started drinking, it would have become a problem for me now to try to adjust, to stop it, come out of it, and then say, oh, I smoked for so years, but I later stop. But now that I didn't know it, so I've got no problem. As long as you are not matured enough, you're not 22, you're not 25, my opinion, you know, I say what I want to say, you do what you want to do. In my own opinion will be, it's better to leave distance, to prevent yourself from having heartbreak, to shield yourself from the pain your little calm, gentle heart cannot take. It doesn't make any sense at all to start counting now how many men will break your heart until you find the one that will be yours. It doesn't make any sense at all. You are going to regret it if care is not there. In Africa mostly, it's somehow almost impossible for someone to promise you that I'm going to marry you, and at the end of it, the person will marry you, because a young guy who is 25 years is struggling to be on his own. Like I said before, yeah, it's true that there are many, because of social media, there are many people who are making millions now, richer, younger people, because of so many means, CEO and the rest of them, so many of them are getting richer. Yeah, but even at that, in my own experience, I'm still thinking of how that marriage is going to end, because or how it's going to carry on, because at 25 years, the heart is still young, no experience, and a lot of challenges. When the weather storm on your marriage, tornado, volcano, every weather storm on your marriage, who knows if you guys are able to withstand it? And why don't we talk about the exploiting, the seeing the world, seeing other girls, knowing what is happening, hanging around other girls from the man? This, so many of them must do. So many of them. So I don't know if you would like to be in his house as a wife when he's doing this, or you want to be his girlfriend outside the marriage when he's doing this, because this he will do. Even when he did not do it with many girls, he's going to do it 1 or 2 or 3 girls. So the decision is yours to decide at what age you want to have this heartbreak. What age is suitable for you to have someone lie to you before the main guy will come? How strong, how well informed in this affairs, relationship are you to know how to go about it, that you don't start using some medicaments like to protect yourself from the kind of pain you are going through, because I know, not being experienced, you're going to fall inside this thing with all your heart, all your hope, high hopes, and thinking this thing is going to be something serious because of the infatuation or the intense love that is coming out of this. Oh, I'll give you one example. I remember something now. I'll tell you my own experience. So we're in the village. I used to write a lot of love letter. I came back to the village from time. I just started speaking English newly, and I could write a lot of whatever poem, name it, I like writing. So some of the guys in my village came to know that I was good in it. Some of them want me to teach them English. Some want me to teach them how to write letter, because in school you need to write letters. Some of them need to have started writing. So it happens one time ago that the one guy who came from Lagos, who is now in the village, because of the stubbornness, the parents now brought him to village. We started writing. So I will go a long way to find somebody to hand over my letter to him, and he will go a long way to find someone to hand over his own letter. If my parents know about this story. But what happened? One morning I woke up, one boy from his village has to come and tell me, because the boy did not understand why he didn't come to tell me that he's leaving for Lagos, going back to Lagos. He went back to Lagos unannounced, without warning, because the parents didn't give him the chance. Come and tell me what happened. Relationship ended. Few years later, like after, call it 8 years or 10, I went to Lagos and I saw him, and he had something about I'm going to come to Germany, and he was playing all nice to me. I know I've seen him some time ago before her sister did me the final interview about, will you in future, are you sure you go to Germany? So I'm like, my sister cannot do without bringing me to here to Germany and so forth. Then he started relating so much to me, telling me how we need to start this affair again. So I'm asking, is this affair you left since how many years? You came back sometimes to Christmas, you never asked of me, you never contacted me in any way. Does this love and affair now based on this Germany, or does it based on what we thought we had for each other? He told me, yeah, he wants to marry me, they can pay everything, they can do. I said, okay, then I have to go and talk to my parents. That was it also. Then me too, I disappear, you know. So because for me there, I'm a little bit mature and there's nothing to discuss here. Nothing. Because there was nothing he was feeling. It was pure infatuation. So when he left, he forgot it. You see? So you cannot put your hope on someone who is so young, who have not seen anything, who doesn't know anything, who doesn't even know what he's telling you about the responsibilities that has to do with love. When the person knows about this love and marriage, the person is going to handle the case about it very simple. Because when someone wants to really marry you, like I was discussing with some of our guys here, they told me some time ago, I can't forget that time, yeah, we have to test what we want to marry. We have to take the girl home and test her and see if it's what we want. No problem. They say something like, the parcel we want to open, there's no need staying far and choking something on it to know what it is. We have to really unfold it and see what is really inside. I say yes. If someone really wants to marry you, marry you, the person will not be so in a rush in anything, because it's his. There's no need rushing. And if somebody wants to marry you, the person is going to marry you for you and not for other things, beauty and the rest of it, your certificate, your degree, your money in your account that you're doing. When the person will marry you for you. This is why sometimes when they talk about these people disguising themselves, I like this so much too. You wouldn't know how I like it that people disguise themselves, not to allow people know who they really are, how much they've made before they marry them. I think from there one can find really love than this pursuing what we are about to get in a relationship before we go for the relationship. So for me, you looking for who to date, and some people are looking desperately, even some of us who want to get married, you putting in your mind about marriage, who's going to marry me, who's going to marry me, it makes you, who's going to befriend me, it makes you to fall inside wrong hand. Because when you relax about it, it will give you the chance to look through the person, to see what this person and who this person really is. Because desperation makes you to just say yes to anything that comes your way. Say yes, I want you, and you take, and tomorrow you start crying and regretting, oh, why did I rush into this thing? Why didn't I just wait small? So at this age, the last thing that should be your concern or problem is who to date. You can also date the way I dated the boy in the village, date with letter, date with all this communication. No need to go into the room and close room and you call it a date. To also make you know how the person reason truly. At this age is also where they sleep with the person finish and they start telling people, I slept with her, I do this, because sometimes they bet with other boys or they sit down with other boys, they discuss about you. It's at this age because they're not matured enough. So someone dating somebody at the age, I would say, for me, it's not the right thing. And another one, someone dating someone that is a little bit above your age. Let's say you are young and you think you want to date. I think the best person to date will be somebody who's older than you, because the heart of a woman does not really love so many people like that. So when you are already a woman and you're dating someone, you're going to love this person so much. So since the person is already older than you, the person might consider marrying you, and the person is already established and the person considers marrying you, then it's now your decision to make. If this man, everything about him is okay for you to marry him, it's easier. But dating someone who is almost at your age, someone who is in your boyfriend in this secondary school with you, in high school, in university with you, sometimes it's somehow difficult because your weights might part. Either way, you're looking for a job or you have left the city, you've left for abroad, and this distance, not the distance, like this one of abroad makes you change plans, because the plans that are set in the system of Africa is another plan. So when you come here, you start seeing another plan, like this plan of, you need to marry somebody to get a stay here. That plan is strong. You say, okay, let me marry the person. Is it not just for the paper, and you stay there? You see? So the little girl you left at home is disappointed. And some of the girls there might not agree that you already have someone here, you want to come and marry her as the second one. You see? The plan has already started changing. So sometimes it's good to hope for marriage, as we women, to hope for marriage when we see that the obstacles in this marriage thing is not going to be too much that will weigh us down, that will stop us from loving the person we intend to love. So this is all I can say for today concerning this dating at young age, and my opinion still remains. I hope this relationship ends in marriage, that you people are able to have a little bit patience waiting for each other without anything removing you guys from the target, from the picture you imagined to meet up with. And I owe you one other story.